On today's smart £731 million package to protect MPs, Christian Horner cleared, and lots more. It's Thursday the 29th of February, it's Leap Day, and happy birthday Stephen Cree.
The Smart 7. It's news, but
Not the news.
After almost a week of arguing over Islamophobia, things didn't get any calmer at Prime Minister's question time. Rishi and the Tories' refusal to call Lee Anderson's comment about Islamists taking over London racist has led to rising tensions between members of the party. Add in the fact that Liz Truss seems to have turned into Donald Trump, and Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer wanted to know what exactly is going on with the Tories.
A Tory MP spent last week claiming that Britain is run by a shadowy cabal made up of activists, the deep state, and most chillingly of all, the Financial Times. At what point did his party give up on governing and become the political wing of the Flat Earth Society?
Starmer wasn't finished there either, saying that Nigel Farage and the tinfoil hat brigade had taken over the Tory party, which didn't go down well with Rishi Sunak. He hit back on Labour's issues with anti-Semitism, including the fact that Thursday's by-election in Rochdale now has no official Labour candidate.
Utterly shameless from someone who stood by while anti-Semitism ran rife in his party, oversaw the appalling situation in Rochdale and twice backed the member for Islington North. While he might want to bend to mob rule, we will face down the extremists and stand up for British values.
The political temperature in the UK has risen dramatically since the October 7th attack on Israel and the subsequent war in Gaza. Last week, Speaker Sir Lindsay Hoyle cited threats to MPs as one of the reasons for changing the rules on the ceasefire debate, and a number of MPs have announced they are stepping down at the next election after threats and intimidation. Now, the government has acted, with Policing Minister Chris Phillips announcing a new £31 million package designed to protect the UK's democratic processes from disruption.
We're deeply concerned that members of Parliament and other elected officials are being subject to completely unacceptable intimidation. We think intimidation has no part in a civilised democracy. No MP or councillor or mayor should have to censor what they say or change their vote because of fears of intimidation by a tiny minority.
The package will be used to provide bodyguards for MPs considered most at risk, along with other measures such as increased foot patrols and enhanced cybersecurity. Labour's Dawn Butler says that since the death of her friend MP Jo Cox, she's had to contact the police regularly over security concerns. And Dawn Butler says MPs should feel free to do their jobs.
I wish that we could be freer. I wish that we could have complete sort of open surgeries, but we have to take precautions, and until things calm down, then that's how it has to be.
Ukrainian President Zelensky was in Albania on Wednesday as he addressed a Balkan leaders summit as part of his efforts to secure more arms and aid from friendly countries. With no sign of a breakthrough on the $60 billion US aid package for Ukraine, EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen is proposing that the EU should use some of the €300 billion of frozen Russian assets to buy weapons for Ukraine. The EU Parliament also saw an address on Wednesday from the widow of Alexei Navalny. His funeral is due to be held on Friday in Moscow, and his widow Yulia Navalnaya says that it's clear Putin killed her husband and that eventually he must answer for his crimes.
My husband will never see what the beautiful Russia of the future will look like. But we must see it. And I will do my best to make his dream come true.
The grand plan for Republicans to impeach President Biden and thus muddy the waters around their own multiple impeachment candidate Donald Trump seems to be falling apart. Wednesday saw the president's son Hunter finally appear before a closed-door hearing of the House Oversight and Judiciary Committee. This was their dream witness, with plans to cause all sorts of chaos about Hunter's laptop, his international high-paid consulting, and hopefully a trail that led to his father Joe. However, with one of their key witnesses being arrested by the FBI for lying and having links to Russian intelligence, the whole scheme seems to be collapsing. Democrats were quick to update the media about how little evidence Republicans have, with Representative Eric Swalwell making a brief appearance on Fox News.
They've got nothing. That's what we just witnessed for the last hour. One of their witnesses has been indicted for working with Russian intelligence. Another witness has been indicted.
We're going to pull away from there.
Still to come on the Smart 7. Liverpool, Chelsea and Man United head to the FA Cup quarter-finals, and Sydney Sweeney takes her grannies on a road trip. Right after this. Welcome back.
There was relief on Wednesday for Red Bull boss Christian Horner as an investigation cleared him of misconduct following allegations of inappropriate workplace behaviour. It came just days ahead of the first race of the new season in Bahrain. Meanwhile, Wednesday night saw the final 4 games of the FA Cup 5th round as the competition tightens up for the quarter-finals in March. Man United won 1-0 at Nottingham Forest and Wolves beat Brighton 1-0. Chelsea had to battle to get past Leeds but finished 3-2 winners and through to the next round. Liverpool, fresh from winning the Carabao Cup, kept the momentum going with a 3-0 win over Southampton, and manager Jurgen Klopp was a happy man.
Yeah, incredible game. Southampton obviously is a top side, we all saw that, and the other problem is it was so intense, the boys played themselves to the ground pretty much, or ran themselves to the ground, and so we need to find a way in the game, but we did that, scored a wonderful goal, and then second half was obviously much better.
3 goals.
Sydney Sweeney is on a roll right now. She's had 2 Emmy notions for Euphoria and The White Lotus, and she's just starred in viral rom-com hit Anyone But You with Glenn Powell. Her next project is a spooky thriller called Immaculate, which was filmed on location in the Italian countryside. Possibly because she's also produced the film, she turned the horror movie into a kind of a family vacation, as she explained to Jimmy Fallon.
I flew my grandmas out. They'd never been to Europe. My granddie's dream was to go to Italy. She's never left the country before. And so I surprised them, flew them there, and I let them be extras in the movie. They were like little old nuns in there.
Dakota Fanning's press tour for Madam Web was a complete disaster, so let's hope they don't let her loose to talk about her new movie, The Watched. M. Night Shyamalan is back to his old tricks in this spooky horror movie set in the west of Ireland. There's no sign of a pint of Guinness, but there's plenty of spooky goings-on involving mysterious supernatural watchers who only come out at night. Get ready to get scared in cinemas from June 7th.
What is this place? Who are you? We're just like you. Lost.
They come every night. They watch us until the sun rises again. It's a window on the other side.
They'll be very interested in someone new.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Are you ready to enhance your future in tech? Then it's time to make your move to the UK. The nation that has more tech unicorns than France, Germany and Sweden combined. The nation that was 3rd in the world to have a $1 trillion tech sector valuation. The nation where great talent comes together. Visit gov.uk/great talent to see how you can work, live and move to the UK.